So really, this is following through on a previous commitment that Premier Wab Kinew had made to enhance security at the border by basically putting more eyes on the border using already existing provincial resources. So what we're going to do here in Manitoba is we're going to take some conservation officers who are currently deployed in southern Manitoba, about 11 of them, and part of their new duties will be patrolling the border in areas that they kind of already know. So along the border here with the United States, Manitoba borders on Minnesota and North Dakota, a lot of big wide open areas, a lot of farm fields, a lot of secondary roads. The idea being that the conservation officers know that terrain and can spot things that look suspicious. Hear now more from the Premier.
If there's a situation where it's potentially criminal activity that the RCMP or CBSA should be responding to, then what we're asking our officers here to do is to just feed that information in, to be that eyes and ears to help and be part of a coordinated response to secure the border.
So as the Premier said there, it is the Canadian Border Service Agency and the RCMP that have the primary responsibility for the border, as they do across all of Canada. Basically, the conservation officers just asking to be an extra set of eyes, an extra set of ears. And if they do see something that looks like people in distress trying to cross the border, and we have certainly seen that in Manitoba. You'll recall the Patel family from India that died in a blizzard trying to cross from Manitoba into North Dakota a couple years ago. They will be there and they will be able to assist in a situation like that. But primarily, the responsibility for the border here remains with the RCMP and the CBSA.
Yeah, so just so let's get into that a little more. What powers would a conservation officer have at the border?
So it's a good question. And conservation officers here in Manitoba, they are sworn peace officers. They do carry weapons. They carry sidearms. They carry rifles and shotguns in their vehicles as well. They can enforce certain laws and they can make arrests, particularly for things like gun smuggling and drug smuggling. So those are things that they may find themselves doing. But again, the primary idea here is that they will basically act as eyes and ears for the RCMP and the U.S. Border Service.